My language skills are not good enough for how long I've been learning each of those languages. Here's a quick rundown. German I studied for 5 years at school, so it sort of doesn't really count because it was at school in Australia, but my level is not good. I can understand actually quite a lot of German, but that's only if it sounds like Swedish, I can sort of understand it. Swedish is the language that I've been studying the longest and speak the best aside from English. Helt okej means like pretty good, like yeah, like completely fine, but also not good, like also meh. Like it means those two things at the same time. My Swedish has of course improved very slowly over time, but it has not made any obvious sizable improvement for at least 4 years. French served as a useful distraction from the fact that I sucked at Swedish. I became interested in it while my dad was living there, and these days, like, if I really need to do something in French, I can understand quite a lot of it because it's kind of just English with an accent. If you can read that, then you know it's not amazing. You may have heard of this language. It's called Spanish. It's better. My Spanish is better than my French. It's probably my next best language after Swedish. And it's okay. Like I went to Mexico and I got along fine.
Por favor.
I still use it to talk to people on WhatsApp and stuff occasionally. So yeah, I can kind of get by.
Gracias, señorita.
Spanish is also definitely the language that has given me the most yield for the amount of hours I've put in, which makes total sense because it was the last language, so I knew the most about language learning by the time I came to study it. I forgot to do a mystery slide. There's my mystery slide. Finally, there's a language that I only picked up fairly recently, and I got about 80 to 90 hours into it before my life kind of fell apart around me and I didn't really have time for languages anymore, so I'm not sure if I'm going to continue that language, but some things I just like to keep secret, whether I'm studying it or not. So I would like to make one of these languages better than it currently is by conducting a language learning bootcamp on myself, and you can help me. Much like Surfshark VPN can help you to stay safe on the internet while you access more of that internet. I've already traveled quite a lot this year, and spoilers for the rest of the video, I'm going to be doing more traveling this year, and that's where you come in. And traveling's great, but it sucks when websites and apps decide that you should no longer be able to access that website or app simply because of where you are. Surfshark sorts that out. Also, while you're using public Wi-Fi, which is most of the time while you're in any major city, your internet activity is pretty open to anyone who knows how to look, and Surfshark helps cover that up. Surfshark also does a ton of other stuff. It's not just a VPN. It can generate alternative IDs. It's got a data breach alert. It's got an antivirus and a safe search that doesn't track you. Whenever I get a new device, Surfshark is the first thing I install. And guess what? It doesn't matter how many devices I do this on because they have unlimited devices available on the one plan. Surfshark VPN is just super useful, very easy to use, and not at all expensive. In fact, if you go to the link on screen, which is surfshark.com/Lamont, that's me, that's my face in a different hat. It's a disguise. Or just use coupon code Lamont, LAMONT, at checkout. You'll get 4 extra months on any plan of Surfshark, which is a very, very good deal. And even then, if you happen to not like it for any reason, they have a 30-day money-back guarantee, which I think is the only feature of Surfshark that I have never used. So the link to see my pretty face and get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN is surfshark.com/Lamont or coupon code Lamont at checkout, 4 extra months. Thanks to Surfshark for sponsoring this video and making it possible to make my weird language learning ideas come to life. Okay, so I'm going to design and then do this language learning bootcamp for myself, and you, wherever you are, can help me. First up, I have to decide which of these languages I'm going to improve. And unfortunately for me, it's going to be the hardest one, Swedish. It's the hardest to show any tangible improvement in a short time in because it's the one that I speak the best. So why? See, you can just put a question mark on screen. It serves as everything. Why? Why did I choose Swedish if it's the hardest one to improve? Well, I didn't choose it, actually. God chose it for me. When I say that God chose it for me, what I mean is that recently I found out that I have business to attend to in Sweden. What kind of business, you ask? Mexican food. It's nacho business. I have got to admit I don't know how to play that joke. I'm not telling, okay? In all seriousness, I had such little notice that I needed to go to Sweden that I wasn't even sure if it would be possible to book flights on that short notice. Like, to me, that's billionaire behavior. I feel like going to Sweden today. Prepare my jet. The thing is, the business that I have to attend to, that I am not telling you the nature of, is not going to take the entire time that I'm there. In fact, it's not going to take very long at all, like maybe 1 or 2 days. But because I'm not a billionaire, I can't justify the time cost, 3 days round trip, and the cost, like the money on the flights to go there for like 1 or 2 days. So I'm going for longer than that, and I have that time to use. And here's where you come in. To the people who are not in Sweden, your part first. If you wanted to get your language skills from where they currently are to better than they currently are in about 2.5 weeks, and you had the opportunity to be in the country that entire time, what should I do? And I'm not going to pretend that there is a prize for the best answer, but there's totally a prize for the best answer, because you might get my love and recognition and feel some kind of warm fuzziness in your life. But try to be a bit creative. Try to think of things where a lot of talking and listening is kind of inherent to that thing. Okay, don't say something like, go and order food at a restaurant. I wasn't planning on fasting for 17 days, okay? Obviously, I'm going to order food. What have you got? I've already got some ideas. What have you got? Now, if you are in Sweden and the screen isn't too bright, then you should recognize this, because it's where you currently are. This is Sweden. This is where I'm going. There, this. I think this is actually a more geographically accurate map of Sweden. I've not seen this picture before, but I've just seen that Östergötland has a tiger on it. Is that a tiger? There's no tigers in Östergötland, or in Europe for that matter. They're Asian. Someone's going to be like, oh, the Siberian tiger. Yeah, okay, shut up. That's not in Östergötland, okay? So anyway, when I'm in Sweden, I experience something that I call the murmur. Now I've freaking forgotten what I was going to say. The murmur is basically the surroundings that allow my subconscious to feel as though Swedish is the normal thing here that should be occurring. It helps my thoughts to form in Swedish much more smoothly, and ultimately helps me to speak better Swedish. The problem is that I don't really know anyone in Sweden, so I've rarely spoken to anyone in Sweden for longer than about 10 minutes, so I can't really take full advantage of the murmur. And yes, this is going where you think it's going. I want to talk to you in Swedish. I want you to come and meet me in person. However, if you are only learning Swedish, om du till exempel inte skulle kunna säga att din svenska definitivt var bättre än min, så de här möten kanske inte till dig. I am only inviting you to do this if you speak Swedish natively, or if you speak a very high level of Swedish. And that's not me being elitist, okay? It's just that I am trying to conjure the murmur. I'm trying to get the murmur to come to us. That doesn't happen for me if I can sense that the other person is not fully comfortable speaking Swedish. Now, I know you're excited and you're asking, where and when is this happening? Well, unlike last time when I met a bunch of my viewers in Göteborg, I don't have so tight plans this time. I'm not really sure. Basically, hit me up on Instagram and we'll try to work it out. Now, the range of dates is from the 10th of November to the 26th of November. That's not to guarantee that if you give me any time and any place in that range, I'll be able to do that. I do already have some commitments, and there are probably some places where I'm not going to go just to have a coffee with you. No offense. Like if you're in like Kiruna. But last time I tried anything like this, I did not think it was going to work at all. I did not think anyone would be able to be there. And 14 people ended up getting themselves to Göteborg in time, and 4 of them were from Norway. So I think if you send me a message, we'll try to work something out, and you can help form part of my Swedish bootcamp and make my Swedish better. So remember, if you're not in Sweden or you don't speak Swedish fluently, then you can suggest activities that I might be able to do in Sweden for these 2.5 weeks, which will help improve my Swedish. But if you are in Sweden and you speak Swedish either natively or very fluently, then hit me up on Instagram, see if we can work out a time and a place to have a coffee together. I want us to talk long into the evening. I want to know things about you that no one else knows. I want our relationship to be oddly close. I'm sorry, I'm exaggerating. I just want to talk to you. I want to talk to you in Swedish. I want all the people around us to like produce the murmur, and I want to make a video about the effect that this had on my Swedish, and I think it would be really interesting. And if you're watching this, you can potentially be a part of it. Tack, vi ses.